Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am JP the Outlaw, here to give you my review and reaction and also results for NXT August the 2nd, 2017. Jeez, 8th month already, you guys. Anyway, Johnny Gargano versus Mendoza. Mendoza was featured inside the NXT Classic, which was pretty good. NXT. The Cruiserweight Classic. It was pretty good. I really enjoyed it. I wish they would have brought it back this year instead of them giving us a women's tournament. But that's neither here nor there. I don't mind the women's tournament. I think they're doing pretty good. I've watched maybe 2 or 3 matches. I said that I would call the whole thing after it was all said and done. Eliminations, so on and so forth. So I'm still aiming for that. You know, of course, they stopped tapings. And I think they're somewhere in their qualifying matches now in the women's tournament. But that is neither here nor there. Johnny Gargano and Mendoza put on a fucking classic. If you thought Johnny Gargano was a slouch inside the ring just because of what he did with DIY, you are sadly mistaken, because Johnny Gargano with the right push could be running the NXT division. I wouldn't mind seeing him go up against a Neville. You know, back in the day, NXT used to have mainstream talent come down and challenge the upcoming talent. So I think they should get back into that. I always thought that was a good interaction. You know, these two guys can get the rub, and so when they finally do move up, they already have interactions with each other. So I always thought it was a good thing. Also, just a side note, the Cruiserweight should be in Full Sail. There's no reason, go back, watch this match, and look at the action that you get. And that should be the action you get on every Cruiserweight 205 Live or Cruiserweight match on Raw. That should be the type of action it should be fast-paced, it should be interesting, and it should definitely hold people's attention longer than 5 minutes. What's up with all these 5-minute matches? Anyway, you get a video package, Authors of Pain versus Sanity for NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3. Then you get a backstage segment with the Authors of Pain. Of course, Paul Ellering cuts a promo on Sanity. Same old shit, you know. These are truly monsters. You know, we wrote the Book of Pain, and you guys are just another chapter in the Book of Pain. Same old, same old. You really didn't miss nothing there. In-ring segment with Asuka and Ember Moon. Asuka said that Ember's not ready to step up to the Asuka level. Asuka was like, you know, you're going to need more to beat a champion like myself, and so on and so forth. Out comes Ember Moon. They have words. Ember Moon says she's more than ready. I think Asuka is not ready for Ember. And then Asuka goes for a handshake, pulls back her hand, laughs, and then slaps the shit out of Ember Moon. Ember Moon then retaliates and hits a clips off the top rope, you know, the off the top rope stunner, which I really don't approve of for her. Like, out of all the moves you could have gave her, you could have gave her a better move. And I think tonight she damn near landed on the goddamn belt when she came off the top. I think this is a dangerous fucking move, and they really need to go back to the drawing board and give her something else. Maybe some type of submission move, if anything. Backstage with Bobby Roode in the interview segment, Bobby Roode was asked questions about, you know, his past challenger and his upcoming challenger. His past challenger, of course, being Roderick Strong. And, you know, Bobby Roode stuck to the script. Let's go back to this playing the Bobby Roode lottery. And, of course, he tried and he did not succeed. And he feels as though the same thing's going to happen to Drew Galloway. Drew Galloway, you know, everybody loves a comeback story. I mean, me personally, I wouldn't mind you taking the title off of Bobby Roode and moving him up. Move Bobby Roode up. Put him somewhere. Make some type of attempt to beefing up that roster, be it SmackDown or be it Raw. And but I can see the hesitation on the management side of NXT of moving people up, just given the way they've been handling other people that's already moved up. Samoa Joe, who's broken out into his own star. He did that himself. Nobody pushed Samoa Joe. He made that shit happen. You got Finn Balor, who did well on his debut and then immediately got injured and then went into mid-card vigor with all the stuff that they got going on Raw. Okay? And that's just to mention a few names where I think if you take them down with the smoke that the Bobby Roode brand has, you could literally build your next megastar. Fuck a superstar, a megastar. Hang with the likes of a John Cena, Randy Orton. You know, cats that's been there for a while, that's already established names. You can put them over with Bobby Roode, or they could put Bobby Roode over, however you want to word it. At the end of the interview, out comes Roderick Strong. He wants Roode. He wants Roode in a fair contest. Just bare knuckle and everything. Out comes William Regal. William Regal tells him that, you know what, my hands are tied. Bobby Roode's going up against Drew Galloway at TakeOver Brooklyn, and it's nothing that I can do. I'm sorry. And that's pretty much the end of that segment. So don't be surprised if you see Bobby Roode, because he's supposed to be in a sit-down interview with Drew Galloway, which is also Drew McIntyre. Drew Galloway is his indie name. With Drew McIntyre next week. So don't be surprised if you see a Roderick Strong come out and quote-unquote try to make it a three-way match or challenge Bobby Roode before going into NXT Brooklyn. I wouldn't mind a three-way match. I think that'd be great for all three men. The Street Profits video package highlighting that they'll be in action next week. Who cares? Freaking, you got Sasha Deville versus a jobber. Sasha Deville, of course, picks up the win. I like that they're pushing her. I could see them running with something like of course, the MMA gimmick, but I see they're trying to book her with like a little bit of the cyborg from UFC. They're trying to give her submission moves and also be good at hand-to-hand combat. So we'll see how that works out. I don't really have a breakout star for the women's in NXT. I normally do. Normally, I put my predictions on this one, and they actually wind up being somebody special. I did the same thing with Asuka, and I did the same thing with Ember Moon. I think Ember Moon has the talent to take that women's title off of Asuka and pretty much hold down the women's division. The whole thing with that is, you know, after you get injured, and one thing, and this is in any professional sport, after you get injured, it's hard. It's hard not to get injured again. And it normally happens. It's normally a back-to-back thing. And look at Ember Moon. Ever since she got taken out before, she's been injured again. And I just think it's the best way to put it is that it is sloppy. That, you know, like I said, the WWE has one of those fucking schedules that you're basically on the road, but you're damn near performing every other night. So you want to be mindful of that. I mean, NXT is more of a home-based thing, and of course they do their tapings and so on and so forth as they work on their in-ring performance. But even at these tapings, you can get injured. You know, the same thing that happened with Ember Moon. Moving past that, I think if you put the machine behind a Deville, you might come out good, you might come out bad. I don't think she has the mic skills to carry over, so I wouldn't run with with Deville just yet. Okay. Backstage segment with Hideo Itami. He's getting interviewed for pretty much getting rid of Cassius Ohno last week and picking up the win. And in the middle of the interview, they tell him they got to leave because they got to get back to the ring. Some in-ring action is happening, and as they're doing that, Hideo Itami is asking for respect. So, of course, he snatches the mic out of the interviewer's hand, goes inside the ring, and said, I'm not leaving until all you people give me respect. Out comes Aleister Black. Aleister Black says nothing. He looks around, he looks at Hideo. Hideo slowly backs out the ring, starts walking towards the front of the ramp. He slides back in the ring. Out comes Black Miss. Knocks Hideo straight the fuck out. He sits Indian style looking at his work that he just did with Hideo Itami. But that is not the highlight. The highlight of the night and the match of the night is Aleister Black versus Kyle O'Reilly from ROH. And, I don't believe in spoilers. I really don't. I hate hearing, this person got signed and that person got signed and they was on this taping and that person was on this taping. I don't want to hear that. I'm one of them people. I like to wait to see what happens. So, and what happened in this match was a classic, of course. Very technical. Very two skilled opponents against each other. And oven burner. This match could have went on at least another 10, 20 minutes, if you ask me. Of course, they started dragging towards the end, but that is only noticeable because they have yet to go up against each other more than once. But I believe their next match will be way better than this match. But the most curious thing that they have going on, you got Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly on the same company. You got to put Red Dragon back together. I don't care what you do. You got to put Red Dragon back together, and that would be great for your tag team divisions. This is after the Authors of Pain go up from the NXT roster to the main roster. You could pretty much run with these guys being the next in line for the title, for the tag team titles. But both men on their own do pretty good. I would prefer to see Kyle O'Reilly in the heavyweight picture if you're going to book him outside of the tag team. Bobby Fish is a great talent. I would like for them to give him some type of run with a middleweight title or something like that, but NXT doesn't have that. So, it is what it is. Aleister Black picks up the win. Black miss. He beats Kyle O'Reilly. In the match of the night, I would give this NXT 3 out of 5. Only Johnny Gargano and Mendoza did a great performance. The interaction between Asuka and Ember Moon was great. And you had the main event, which was crazy. So, that's pretty much my review for NXT. I will see you guys later. We got Dream Match Saturday coming up. We also have some news and rumors. I have yet to give you the news and rumors about John Cena, and I jotted some stuff down, you guys. You know me. I took my time. So we'll get into that, if not today or tomorrow, but more than likely Friday. I'm going to go Friday because I like to take off on Thursdays, give myself some time to, mangle and all that other good stuff. I am the Outlaw, okay? Peace out. Be safe. Outlaw out.